Yesterday, I shared my ultimate base design, which allows you to not survive, but thrive on the island. Some people, though, still had questions about different things, so today I decided to make a base tour video in which I will show you the entire place in detail, as well as what you can find in the surroundings, key points and essential items to get your hands on as quick as possible, including the best armor in the game, infinite ammo, heck, everything you need basically. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Before we get started, I've got some bad news. My video was limited due to sensitive content. So right now it's 18 plus. I am not happy about this at all. So once again, if you want to support my content, help out the channel, a like and sharing your thoughts in the comments is always very much appreciated. You can always consider becoming a member. I would appreciate it big time. Anyways, this video will contain some minor spoilers, not big ones, but you definitely want to know about these things. Alright, so here we are in the base. Let's start off with the spawn point. But if we walk up the river right here, you can already see that there are plenty creatures to be found in this area. Many deer are hopping around this place, and it seems pretty exclusive to this specific location on the island. While you can also find plenty of turtles, salmon, and trout swimming in the rivers. And yeah, this is already where you will find the crash site of the chopper, which is in orientation with the rest of the island. If we look to the north, very close to the big lake with the four fingers, or well, that is what I call it. So right next to the chopper crash site, you will find all these deer and fish in the pond. While if we follow the river downhill, well, this is basically where you can get your hands on the stun baton. While if we walk towards the forest right here, this is where you will find a cave system. And what I think is really nice about this cave system is that, well, it comes with many of these boxes in front, which of course also have a chance to contain batteries, as well as rope and many more things which are gonna come in very handy to craft the first traps. I think we should also enter the cave for a second. I'm not gonna share any spoilers, by the way. I want you guys to find out everything yourselves. While in the beginning of this cave system, you can find some pretty interesting resources. Food, cloth, even more rope, so many things that can help you big time to set up the base, let's say, which I prepared for you guys earlier. Again, no spoilers, but you will basically find these in pretty much every single cave. But there are plenty of skulls right here, which you can use for your crafting. We've got another rope right here and a second one right here. So there are plenty of these bad boys. While if we go downhill a little bit, this is where you will find a container with a couple of these flares. This is the only room which I want to talk about, as every now and then mutants will spawn right here, and if you take them out, you get creepy armor, which is pretty easy to do if you have access to both the stun baton and a standard axe. Is the best armor in the game, because not only is it super easy to get your hands on, but it also negates a lot of enemy damage. So awesome to have. So, outside of the cave again, well, we only have to follow this path a couple seconds, and this will already bring us to my base. So right here we've got a beautiful open area with, once again, plenty of deer, plenty of animals which you can hunt for, while these also constantly trigger my traps. So if you have your traps set up well, just like I shared in my base build video, well, you're gonna have a lot of fun surviving, heck, even thriving with this base setup. Anyways, now that we are here, let me quickly do a full base tour, because some of you guys said my tour was a little bit too short in my previous video. I just didn't want to make it longer than necessary. It was already a 17-minute long video, as I just wanted to share all the details in there. But this is basically where I placed all my drying racks right in front of the base, as it's gonna be very easy to get your hands on these when fishing at this particular spot. With all the traps set up, which I'm going to talk about in a second, it's going to be so easy to deal with pretty much any situation. We have a nice view over the area, while we can stock up on all the sticks and logs we want right here. They never get destroyed by cannibals, don't have to worry about that. But this is basically the entrance. So right here we have different traps set up, and as already talked about in my setup video, it's possible to reset them from the inside. So if you want to know how to exactly do that, be sure to check it out. It's the top right of the screen. But we also have our little beam right here, which we can use to lock the door. Very useful, especially if you're getting raided. Well, right now we can just place it on the sides. John Bell, once again, a big thanks for sharing this with us. And We also have the tree stumps, which we can use to jump in and out of the base. We can use the ropes. So there are many different ways. Well, I think the final one is most fun to use, as if we just walk around the base right here and just look at the wall, we can just press and hold the use button and voila, we are already inside the base. Kelvin even just used it right here. So if they are panicking, they can quickly sit on the chair and teleport through the wall, which is pretty overpowered. And we can always use these windows. As you can see, we just trapped a couple deer. And yeah, if we go to the front, this is where I have another drying rack, which is essential if you want to have some extra snacks during winter or whatever. And we have 3 birdhouses. So pretty much an infinite feather farm. Then on the first floor, which some people asked, how do I get there? Well, simply by climbing the rope. We have a little chilling lounge with different chairs. I think it's going to be nice to hang out with friends right here, while I also have a mannequin. Still don't know how to use this one. So that was pretty confusing. I don't know. How do we get a dead rabbit upstairs? That's pretty funky. But we've got some aloe vera, another planter at this location, while we can also use this one to just climb on the top of the building. So now we have an even better view of our surroundings. Some people also commented that I said they are not able to jump over the wall, and then all of a sudden they did in the video, but I actually said they could jump over it. But this is not the primary reason why we have these little stakes. It's because this breaks the pathing. They usually stumble upon this, then go to the sides and decide to run through this side or this side to get to your walls, and that's where they get trapped 100%. While on this side right here at the front, we have all those flame traps, so you can easily convert smaller cannibals into bones, which you can use for crafting, etc. But let's walk towards the opposite side of my camp. So once again, there we have a beautiful river flowing, and well, this is where it will also make a little waterfall. And voila, there you also have your favorite liquor store. I mean, this is what I really like to do when I need to stock up on flammable items. Well, you can find plenty of bottles right here, many other items, even save your game if you don't want to set up a tarp early, which is only just a couple meters away from our base. Also more bottles right here, as well as even more rope. So definitely a fantastic place to get your hands on everything you need. While if we follow the path downhill right here, this will lead you to a little green bleep on the map. If you don't want to get spoiled, just click away. But right here you will find a pretty nice item as well. I'm not going too much in detail, but probably already found it by now. It involves printing, as you will find plenty of the print resin. If we enter the cave and walk all the way to the end, this is basically where you will find the 3D printer. A very awesome object, which I only found today. I mean, look at this. I already spent 37 days surviving on the island, with ease by the way, but I just had so much fun building my base and making these traps as efficient as possible that I literally only was able to start exploring the island as of today. I only saw like 5% of the entire map. Anyways, right here you will find multiple boxes with, once again, so much more loot, which resets every time when you reload the game or whatever. But you can pick up everything right here and infinitely print yourself whatever you need. I'm not gonna say which items you can craft, but the most interesting ones are for sure the arrows. I'm probably gonna make another video about this, but you should check out yourself. Some people also asked, how do I even find my arrows? Well, good question, because you can barely see them, right? Well, if you go up with your mouse a little bit more, this is where you will find all your different arrows. While if we leave the cave and walk towards the east, well, at a certain point you will come across this beautiful lake. A huge lake, very central on the map. I'm gonna have to be honest though, I haven't seen a lot of the island yet, but I can already confirm that everything you need is just a couple meters away from this specific location. You will have an infinite amount of deer and all the other animals you need right here as well. So an infinite food supply, while you can also drink water throughout the year. And in general, I just think it looks really cool. This screenshot is going to make it even easier for you guys to find my base location. I'm already hearing some people thinking out loud, where can I find this map tool? Because it looks pretty interesting. Well, it is, as you can literally find everything the game has to offer. So by default, I instantly tick off everything, which is very easily done by just clicking on the titles. Then the only things I enable, because guys, let me get this straight right here. I see so many people abusing this map to just get their hands on all the OP stuff, make videos about it for views, and I'm just there like, bruh, isn't bow and arrow good enough? It's a lot more fun and very effective to take out the cannibals. Heck, I'm already on day 37, still haven't found a shovel, while all the rest is just using the map to make it easy for themselves, but also ruin the fun in the long term, as if you just get your hands on all the OP stuff early game, snowball your way through the story, well, what else are you gonna have waiting for you tomorrow when you launch Sons of the Forest? Definitely things to think about. I don't recommend you to check out all the OP stuff. I'm strong enough to say no to the spoilers. Anyways, the things what you can enable are the GPS locators, which you also always see on your map, as well as the cave entrances, as well as the spawn points, because after a certain time, you know where the spawn points are. So that's 3 different locations on the map: the forest, the mountains, and the coast. So if you want to live at my specific location, well, this is where you want to go. And this is the pond. So we've got the cave system, we've got another pond right here with the campsite. This is where you will find a cave, which is your 3D printer area, but there you have it. You don't need anything else. If you want to get spoiled, you can just click on everything. Well, I don't recommend it. So many people are crying out there that it's impossible to survive in this island. Bro, I'm still fighting with bow and arrow. Let me know in the comments what you think of this location, and of course, if you also decide to live right here, it would be awesome to have you as a neighbor, let's say. Anyways, there is a lot more to explore around it, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Well, right now, I think I talked about everything I wanted to cover, everything I wanted to share with you guys, so a big thanks for watching. Again, share your thoughts in the comments down below. Would love to hear them. Right now, though, it's 4 AM out. I would wish you an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.